Okay, so in this video, I'll be solving this question or challenge forward slash, I would say. It's swap case. So let's go into this. So here the statement is given. You will be given a string, so user will give the string, and our task is to swap the cases. Okay, swap cases means we have to convert all the lowercase letter to uppercase letters and vice versa. So for example, you have this example here. So if input will be like this, then output has to be like this. Okay, so what is the difference? You can see capital W becomes small w becomes capital W. Similarly, small h, capital H becomes small h, then capital A becomes small a becomes capital A, likewise, and rest of the things are as it is. For example, this dot is as it is. So we just have to play with the letters or characters. Similarly, second example you can see here. So this 2 is as it is, the space between them is as it is, but the letters are changed. So P was capital, which became small here, and rest of the letters were small, so here it is capital. So you can see that it is just changing small letters to capital, capital to small, or what you say is lowercase to upper, uppercase to lower. Okay, we will be given a string called s as an input. There is a constraint that length of the string has to be between 0 to 1000. Then we have to print the modified string s, which is by changing the lowercase uppercase. So sample is like this. So here you can see inverted commas are also there, this inverted, then dots are there, you can see this dots. So that's how it will look by changing upper to lower, lower to upper. And what base code we have been given, so we have to design this in the form of a function, you can see. So define which is called as swap case, and there is a argument, it is called s. So I'm assuming a string will be passing through this s. We have to write code here, and then we have to return. Then you can see that this line of code, it was hidden. We can't change, I can't do anything, like even if I'll type it, it is fixed. So what it is doing, it is taking input from the user, then storing in variable called s, then it has called the function swap case and passed the argument s. So s will come here, the code will be written here, and it will get back, store it into result, and then result will get printed. Okay, so that's how the code will work. So this thing we can't change, right? If I'll write anything, I'm not able to write, so it is fixed. So everything we have to do inside this function. Okay, so let's do that. So first what I'll do is I'll implement the constraints as always. So 0 to 1000 it has to be between. So if s, we have s, length of s we have to take, length of s is less than 0, or length of s is greater than 1000, then we will pass variable, I'm storing it in variable, and we will pass what, length of is out of range, length length, length of string is out of range, something I'm writing, length of string is out of range. So here we have missed a semicolon, colon. Then we will be passing this as a. Okay, so same variable we will take, else we will perform the code. So we have implemented this. So what it will do is, if the length is outside this range, let me check. So it has to be less than 0 and greater than 1000, less than or equal to. Okay, Equal to is also not allowed. Here you can see, if it is equal to or length is greater than 1000, then it should print length of string is out of range. Okay, and it will store it in variable called a, and it will return a from this function. Then this a will be stored in this result, and this result will get printed. Basically this line will get printed if we will violate the condition, although it is not required, because I don't know why they don't check constraints. They should check, but still I think for completeness sake it should be there. Now how I am going to approach this problem is, I'll take okay, I'll take full string. This as an input we are getting here in s, right? Here in s we are getting, and it is being passed to the function, so s value will be like this. So I'll use a for loop to basically access all the words, this and this. So there will be a loop. Okay, and how I am getting 3 words are there? Because of space. Okay, so for loop, one for loop, then another for loop to access the positions. Okay, so h, a, c, k, like this. So I'm going to show you here. So 2 for loops I'm using. For I'm writing I in s, and again for loop I'll use, let's say j in I. Okay, and I'll let's say print j, just to show you guys how it will look. So let's see. Done a. Okay, so there is no a here, right? So a equal to 0, let's say I'll define here a equal to 0, some temporary variable 0. I'm initializing it. So we will use here the value of a in this else case, but right now I just want to show print value. If it is, it will, a will be used in if case, it will pass this, but if a will be used in else case, so then we will be using it. So what it is trying to tell you is, local variable is referenced before assignment. So it has been referenced here, but here it was not there, that's why it is telling you. So again if I'll run, so you can see that we are able to see h, a, c. So each variable we are able to access, each position. So a is there, then dot will be there, you can see dot is there. Okay, space is there, then this inverted commas, and last it will be there. See, inverted comma in this, and 0 is being passed because we are returning the value of a here, and a is it is by default taking this. Okay, so what I'll show I value as well, so that you will get the feel, and print j. Okay, so how I am accessing every location, it will make you realize. So here okay, it will be a problem. So okay, so what I'll do here is I'll print j and I'll print I inside this. Okay, so you can see all the elements. No, it's better to show you like this. I think this is not a good way to show you. So I'll remove this for loop and I'll just print I, so that you will see each element. S for what's the problem? I think in S print I. So S I think I've done something wrong. So 1 minute. Else for loop, it's running in S, inside S. If I'll print, then so it is accessing every location, then double for loop is not required. Presents Python. Okay. 1 minute. How it is printing? Okay. I mean, in this way, if I'll be able to run it, then it is fine. I mean, I thought each word will be available like this, full word. For I in S. Okay. Let me split it. Dot split. How it looks now. So okay, hacker rank. I think one will work then. Okay, one loop will work. I expected that it will be like first there will be a full string, then it will from one loop we will be able to access the full from line to word, this word, then this word, then this word. But I think only one for loop we are able to access each variable. Okay, let me do it then. So let's continue. So what I'll do is, since we are able to access each and every element, now I will check each of them. Okay, how I'm gonna check? If let's say I dot is upper, which means it will check whether I is uppercase or not. If it is uppercase, then I'll store it somewhere, temporary variable I dot lower. So it will convert the variable into lower. Okay, and then we will store it to some let's say R. Append temporary variable temp. Okay, and here I'll define some R array or list. So what it will do is it will check inside this statement, means whether this I, let me use J, that will be not confusing. Okay, so J. So if J is uppercase means whether it is capital or not. So this line will return true or false. So whether it is uppercase or not. If it is uppercase, so it will go inside if statement, it will execute this. It will this line will convert whatever the J is carrying to lowercase. Okay, and store it into temporary variable, and then this temporary variable will be appended to R list. Okay, so it is as if we are converting the uppercase to lowercase, this case. Now similar thing we can do with lowercase as well. So I'll take here J is lower, I'll write lower, and here I'll write upper. Okay, just reverse, so that it will convert whether the lowercase is not. If the variable is lowercase, it will convert into uppercase and then store it into R. Okay, now there is another thing we have to look for. So this will write, I will write L if. Okay, and then else, the last case will be here you can see we have these values as well, right? What are the values? These inverted commas, spaces, then dots, you can see here dot, so these are not variables, right? Characters, they are not, so we have to take care of them. We won't be doing anything to them, just we will take as it is. So temporary variable will take as it is, okay, and store it into R, this line, store it into R, and then finally let me print R so that you can see print R. After for loop I am doing this, okay. From here you can see every term will be converted. So what it will do is it will convert each of the variable into uppercase to lower, lowercase to upper, and it will keep the symbols and spaces as it is, okay. So if I'll run, okay, we are using K, right? J, so that's the problem. So here you can see that this is my R, okay, this is my R, full R. So you can see here capital H converted into small h, small a converted into capital A, likewise capital R converted into small r. Then you can see dots are as it is, space is as it is, inverted comma is as it is, space 2. These are being executed by the third case, this guy, okay. And this capital to lower is converted with because of this first case, and lower to capital like this is converted because of this case, okay. So we are able to access all the elements by this for loop, and we have converted in each of them into its lower to upper, upper to lower, and rest of the other things are keeping as it is. Now you can see that we have to combine this string, right? We have only single characters. So now just to combine these guys, what I have to do is I'll submit it to A is equal to something called join dot. So this inverted comma means let me take comma, okay, so that you will see the difference. Join R, so it will take all the characters and join it, okay, all the elements it will just join is. See how it will join. So you can see that we had this value of R and we wrote our statement, they are written together, but we can see there are commas, okay. Commas we don't want, and that's why here you can see we can remove this comma, so there is no space between two elements. Now if I'll print, you can see we are getting the string as we wanted, okay. So capital has been converted into small, small has been converted into capital, but we don't want this R now. So R we can remove here, printing R, and then we will get the. So what I am doing is I've joined everything, stored it in A, return the value of A. So A will come here, and it will be stored in result, and result will get printed. So this is when else will be executed. If this guy will be executed, then the value of A will be this, okay, this string. So that's how the code will work. I think this should work. Yeah, sample case is passed. Let's submit it. All the test cases are passed. Congratulations, okay. So now one thing I want to show here is we have just one use for loop, and we have designed in this way. Now there is one more thing. Even if I'll remove this guy, I think there are no constraint. So if I'll remove else case, so this I'll do, this I'll select, I'll press shift plus tab to move it to the left, shift plus tab. If I'll use tab, it will go right, but if I'll use shift plus tab, it will come left. you have to select everything for that. Okay, so just a nice trick to keep your code clean and easy. So I don't think here also they will check the constraint. Let me run the code. Even if you will not write the constraint, it will work. See, they should check the constraints as well, but still it's fine. So submit, I'll submit, and you will get the same answer. Okay, so actually it is better to not to write if they are not checking it. Now one more thing I will tell you, all this what we have done is not at all required. You just say a is equal to what is the s dot, you take the string and swap case, and you pass the string. No, not square, I don't remember the function. There is a function, swap case python string swap case. So there is a method, you can see this, you can directly use. Okay, so s dot this, if I what it is doing is it is taking the string s, this s, applying swap case and storing it in a, and I have returned the value of a, okay, to the main function. If I'll run it, it is performing the same application. Okay, if I submit it, that also will submit. So you can see that you can also use the function, but that way you won't learn anything. Okay, that is not the question. So you should be following this code. Okay, you can, I hope you are able to see that how I am able to access each and every position. I am checking whether there is a uppercase or not, replacing it. If there is any other symbol other than characters, I am leaving as it is. Finally, I am joining here and returning the values. Okay, this case we can't, this thing we can't change. So hopefully you have liked this example. So I'll see you guys in the next challenge.